Hey, how you doing? It's another episode of Everything and Nothing Now with your boy, Mr. Cool Breeze. Follow me on Instagram at underscore Cool Breeze, KBREEZE. Follow me on Twitter at El Cristo Negro. Follow me on Facebook. I might say Twitter. Twitter and Facebook are El Cristo Negro. Today I want to talk about the WNBA. I think it's an awesome thing what they got going on right now, and I think it's amazing. I remember when we were kids, like they didn't really play WNBA games like that on television, things like that. So it's like it's new, it's refreshing to see it starting to happen now. And then now you got stars. I think before, like the main star was like Tina Thompson, Lisa Leslie, Diana Taurasi. You heard about them in spurts because the games are going on, and you'll see them on NBA TV and things like that. But as far as actually seeing them on the regular, not really. You only kind of see them do spurts during their season. But now you see them all the time, like Candace Parker, um, Aja Wilson, like they're everywhere, and not just that, they're not but the NBA players, they're actually showing up the games now. So I think it's awesome. It's fun. It's actually fun, and you get to watch these women ball for real because their game is a lot more of their skills as to where the men's game is a lot more athleticism. It's a lot faster paced. It's a lot more hard hitting. Jokers flying into each other. Theirs is I don't want to say less contact because these girls get busy. Um, but they play their game with a certain amount of finesse. You know what I mean? There's very few of them that are actually trying to bulldoze through people. Um, I like it. I really, really do like it. My mother was a basketball player. So as a kid, she used to just beat my shots like it wasn't nobody's business. I try to shoot a little shot, she just smack that shit. My mom's 6'2". Um, so like she kind of took it serious, and like there was no easy buckets at all. So it's like that's kind of how I learned my toughness in basketball. Actually, like pressing a motherfucker, making sure like you get nothing. No, was through the woman in my life, Big Bird. That's what I like to call my mom. We know why. You don't need to know why. um, I think the cool part about the WNBA kind of taking surge is you see now, especially through social media, that these teams in certain areas they actually have influence, like on the young girls in that area. The young women that I actually watched them, I watched this just a small clip of uh, this young lady actually coming on to the basketball court to, you know what I mean, get surprised by one of her favorite basketball players. When she saw her, she broke down crying. I'm like, they're actually like these girls are emulating them. These girls look up to them to some degree. So this is something positive for them to go on with into the future. I think the next thing is there's not that many negative stories about WNBA players like there are about NBA players. If you know the NBA, you know of all the crazy stories that have gone down of drugs and motherfuckers having guns in locker rooms and evil attitudes and people just being disagreeable, things like that, curse outs, fights with coaches, fights on the court. The WNBA don't really have it like that. They have spats on the court where people went after each other, things like that. But it's not because it's under publicized. So is their dirt. So I think that's something else that's positive for them. The next thing is them actually getting to 2K, them actually being on basketball courts in 2K, them showing them play basketball. And if I'm not mistaken, they allow them to dunk too. So that's kind of cool. Like, you know what I mean? Some of them are in there actually getting off. And it allows these girls to imagine differently. They imagine possibly women like dunking on the regular. And hey, listen, I'm up for it. I am completely and totally with it. Like we've been saying for years, we should lower the goal, but maybe we shouldn't lower the goal. Maybe the goal should be to raise the goal, not as far as like the basketball goal, but the goal and the expectation on what women are capable of. Because we have too many. Maybe we have an idea of what they're capable of when they're capable of something completely different. So let's leave that, I guess, up to assumption. Like we'll see what they'll be able to do in the years to come. Um, I never really had a favorite WNBA team. So right now, my favorite WNBA team is the Vegas Aces. I don't know. I like it. That's where Audrey Wilson went. She's from South Carolina, so I'm sticking with the Carolina niggas, man. Gang, gang. Gang, gang, nigga. But they've actually been playing well. They had a game the other day. They went slap the fuck off. And then they had a buzzer beater for they had a buzzer beater to actually win the game. So it was amazing. Really got to watch that. I think right now they have a game going on. They keep having games on while football games are on. So it's like I'm watching football games and watching them. So that's dope. It's like, and they're like Cleveland was a while ago. You always saw Cleveland games on TV. That's how they are right now. Due to the fact that all the other leagues are out and football doesn't play during the week, the WNBA is playing during the week and it's on ESPN. It's awesome. Vegas is down 1.49 to 50. But I got faith in my girls, man. Like you just saying, man. Ain't chipping on nothing, man. Ain't worried about nothing. Nigga ain't worried about nothing. um, I think the biggest thing for me, of all the things that I spoke about, the impact in the community, I think that's huge. I don't get me wrong. I do think that's huge because I think that just like boys, and I take the comparison of racism when it comes to women because I'm a man. I don't understand what the plight of women like a woman would. But what I do understand is that they've been underrepresented in a lot of things, been misrepresented in a lot of things. So um, I think this gives girls the opportunity to go, yeah, you can be a basketball player. You can be a great basketball player. Like there's people who make money doing this all the time. You know what I mean? No problem. Um, but it's just the dream, giving people a dream, something to work for. Because being a basketball player may not be what she is at being, but the skills and the attitude and the things she'll learn from being a basketball player, actually being in structured environments, actually working hard, learning to achieve goals, things like that. I think that's a huge thing. And I know for a fact that a lot less girls play basketball than guys. When I had the opportunity to be around middle school, um, girl basketball, the skill level is just ever so slightly lower, just because I don't know why. Maybe we just don't push our girls to play basketball and be in the sports like we do our boys. But the boys at the same age were a lot more skilled. They knew exactly what they were doing. They had been a part of it for longer. But with that said, there were some girls that were on top of their shit. I remember there was this girl named Trinity. Nice. When she went to high school, she was okay. You know what I mean? I just think since when she got to high school, she was around girls who like near her in skill level. So she had to push a little bit harder. She had to heighten her level of I'm gonna say competitiveness, but that's not the word. Um, well, yeah, her height it was like she had to compete harder. I mean, she had to be more skilled at that level. Um, and that was the big difference. Now, when you watch WNBA games, I I just see a lot of structure. I like they are on their p's and q's with like you're not a good WNBA player if you can't like actually perform on a at a highly skilled level. You can get away with some stuff in basketball. Like if you're a highly like great defensive player, like extremely athletic, and you can stay in front of somebody, You might be able to get you a spot on the NBA team. You need to learn how to hit some shots. You feel me? I think that's it for me on WNBA. I think it's a beautiful sport. um, I do think it's a beautiful sport, and I do think that the lovely ladies who do it, they do a great job. I think that um, I don't know. It's something about watching women's basketball. It's a lot more fluid. It's a lot more. Uh, 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 it doesn't seem violent. It seems like a dance almost. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I like about it. Everything is smooth. The shots, the spin moves, everything is just so like to the letter with how they do everything. Like I like it. Like um, I don't know. There's nothing really much else that I can say about it. I enjoy watching women's basketball. I married a basketball player. Before her, I was dating another basketball. I've dated several basketball players. My name. I don't know, but it's something about their game itself that is extremely it's just nice. It's nice. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I don't want to talk about it no more. I think if you get the opportunity to go check out a WNBA game, you'll have fun, enjoy yourself. I'm saying pick a side, get a jersey, have fun. You know what I mean? Like and subscribe and follow me on all platforms. You can follow me on Instagram at underscore K Breeze, KBRZZE underscore. And then you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter at El Cristo Negro. El Cristo Negro. Black Jesus. You dig? I'm hey, well, real quick. It's not. He's snitching on everybody, man. What the fuck's going on? Yeah. Um, that has nothing to do with nothing. But yeah, we gonna have to talk about that.